Well, hello again, everyone. It's a glorious day in the shop this morning. Today we're going to get to talk about something we don't do very often. For any of you that's been following the videos, you probably have noticed that I have a thing for mahogany and P90s. And this is a perfect example. This is actually probably one of the cleanest examples of a 58 Les Paul Jr. I've seen in quite some time. So what we have, it's a late 58. We know that for two reasons. One, we have the sharper edges on the body than the more rounded over edges you saw in 58 and 60. And this is also one of the infamous 4-digit serial number juniors. This was actually a mistake on Gibson's part at the time. You notice there's a missing number here. There should be an 8 here with a space, then the number. Gibson made a mistake on some of these guitars, and it seems to be corresponding with all of them to have square edges on the bodies. So it must have been a run type thing. So again, we have the original tuners. While we're here, let's take a look at this neck. It's got a big chunky neck that would make a Louisville Slugger stand up and take notice. Another one of the beautiful things about this guitar. So we have a really nice one-piece body, a typical P90 that reads about 8.3K. I will also tell you at this point that everything on this guitar is dead original except for the strings and the two lock washers I put underneath the volume and tone pots. I wasn't even going to pull these pots to check the date codes on them until I found out they were loose, so that gave me an excuse to take them out and look at them. So they do read 58. The condition of this guitar is incredible. It's probably one of the best unmolested guitars I've seen. We have a couple little chips here, some wear back here, back up here, a couple chips on the headstock, a couple little chips here, but all in all it is in very good condition. There's a couple pick marks on a pick guard. This guitar was probably played a little bit and then stored for most of its life. While we're talking about that sort of thing, I left the cover off so you can check this out. We have the original pots, of course, and the bumblebee caps. For those of you that have never had a chance to see the original stuff, that's what it is. So, this guitar weighs in at just 6 pounds. It's very light and airy, very resonant. This guitar needed very little work. There was a few buzzes in the nut. I had to adjust the neck, adjust the bridge and intonation, clean it up well. It's actually in pretty good shape when it came in. This guitar is probably on my number 2 on my list of favorite guitars. I get to work on a lot of stuff that I never have the opportunity to own, but I get to spend some time with them. These guitars were an exercise in simplicity. How simple can you get with a volume and tone knob, one pickup? These guitars never sound bad. The thing I always liked about them is you just plug it in and go. It always sounds great. There are a lot of recordings. Leslie West almost used these exclusively for all the mountain stuff that he did. Lonesome Dave played one throughout his career with Foghat. They've been seen on Tom Petty and Keith Urban videos. They're used a lot. So I just wanted to share this with you a few. Like I say, some of you probably don't get a chance to see all this stuff that often, so I just wanted to pass on this really clean 58 Junior. So there you go. Till next time, play nice. I'll see you again.